$18,000 and told you to live on that for 6 months, could you do it? $18,000 for 6 months, how do you think you'd go? At the moment, if you apply for certain kinds of welfare but you've got too much money in the bank, the government will make you wait before you can get anything. It's called the liquid assets test.
A single person with $18,000 has to wait 3 months before getting Newstart or Austudy. But today, the government is trying to push that waiting time out to 6 months. Linda Burney is the Shadow Minister for Social Services and wants to talk about this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you both.
If people want welfare but they already have spare money, what's wrong with making them wait?
Well, it's not spare money. A liquid asset does not necessarily mean money in the bank. It can be money owing to you. It could be money that you've lent your children. It can be shares. It can be debentures. It can be a number of things. And I think the really important point to make about this is that most of the people that we're talking about are in the 45 to 55-year-old age bracket. Their industry has closed down. They have found themselves without a job from their own actions. And the government has no rhyme nor reason or explanation on why they want people to wait not 3 months for social security payment, but 6 months. It is simply a money-grabbing exercise. And these are people that have worked their entire lives that are going to find it very difficult to get another job and have paid taxes their entire lives.
1 in 5 people who have to wait the full 13 weeks have more than $100,000, according to the government. That's a lot of money. Why shouldn't they have to wait a bit longer?
Well, I don't know where the government has got that figure from, and I certainly, it's the first time that I've heard it. This is not about that figure. This is about whether a single person or a couple have $18,000 or respectively $36,000 available through the various liquid assets measures that I've just spoken about. And it just seems to me, when you have a look at some of the other measures in the same bill, that it's simply reheating an old argument. This is about the third time that the government has tried to get this through the House over the last 3 or 4 years, and it has not. It has failed because it is not fair. Imagine if you had to live on $36,000, you're never going to get another job, or the prospects of you getting a job are almost impossible. Someone gets cancer, the car blows up, you have to relocate, and you have absolutely nothing to fall back on. It is it's just going to be another cost to the taxpayer.
You mentioned earlier that the majority of people affected would be in that sort of 45 to 55 age group. How many people will this capture, do you think, this change?
Well, it is very difficult to say, but we are estimating upwards of 100,000 people.
And if you've ever had to go through this waiting period before getting Newstart or Austudy or the youth allowance, let us know what that experience was like. Did you have enough money to get by? 1300 222 720 is the number. There are exemptions, though, for hardship already. Does that not satisfy you, Linda Burney?
No, it doesn't, and I'm very familiar with exemptions. And this is a bill called the Social Services Integrity Bill. I'm just being given the wind up. I've got to be in the chamber in a moment, and there is nothing about integrity with this bill.
Linda Burney, we appreciate you spending the time with us this morning, Shadow Minister for Social Services. We're interested in your feelings about this. Now, I mean, a lot of people might have $18,000 and a lot more in the bank and not be so concerned. If you only had $18,000 in the bank and you worked hard over years to put that money aside, how would you feel about being forced to access it?
But she's saying it's not necessarily money in the bank. It could be money that's owed to you. It could be in other assets. So it's not... Yep. Her argument is you don't have necessarily $18,000 cash that you can access immediately. Yep. That's her point.
And so it's like there could be money that you've given the kids that, you may or may not get back.
Yeah.
So the government's looking to move that forward. Coming up for you after 9 o'clock.